kind of a whistle blew. I don't know if it wasn't blown too loud, but some maybe a late hit a little.
Okay.
Right, so then it started getting chippy. You started seeing the pushing,
Nice.
and I'm like...
And you were loving this.
So I'm like, because it wasn't like I'm just going to straight up sucker punch you. It was like, you push me, I push you, it's on kind of thing. I like that. That's why
handbags,
I like
they call it.
What's that?
Handbags.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Just like a little bit like... It's maybe more of a soccer term. They had handbags. It was a little bit of pushing.
Yeah.
It never was really going to evolve into a brawl. Just a little bit of chippiness, a little bit of bitchiness. Handbags.
Well, I like that. Like,
you love handbags.
Also, that's the thing about, like, I don't like getting sucker punched, but I liked Erie so much back in the day because it wasn't like I was just running and just get punched. It was like
you knew
I pushed them, he pushed me. All right,
then the punch came.
Yeah. So that's, I don't know. Okay, anyway. So Franciscan got the ball back and with some nice quick hands in their back line, got the ball to the wing and the wing took care of the rest with a 50-meter run ending in a try. So that brings them to What the hell? I'm really off my game. Franciscan 17 to Robert Morris 0.
Oh.
Right. Now, like I said, Franciscan's 8 man doesn't wear 8.
Yeah,
he wears 24.
And that for you was a huge concern. You've mentioned it twice now.
Well, no, because I was confused. Because I was trying to get all of these positions.
Yeah,
and
you were just trying to do your research.
Yeah. So, Franciscan gets the ball back. They're outside center. Robert Morris gets the ball back. You think they're driving. Franciscan's 13 puts the good old Michigan Gator, pulls off an interception, and takes it to the house with a conversion to follow at half.
Okay.
Whoa. Man, these in-depth reports are a lot harder than me just going on USA Rugby and looking this shit up.
Yeah. But this is what the fans want.
So I get called offsides a lot.
Okay.
Justly so, probably. But from up top, it looked like number 13 was offsides. Okay. I'm happy. Everything was a good game. It was a clean game.
Yep.
But the ref that was reffing, he likes calling offsides. So
who was reffing?
I don't want to drop names, but he definitely likes calling offsides. Okay. And 13 up top looked like he was offsides. So, it's always good to be consistent, but great play either way. Robert Morris scores halfway through the second half to keep their hopes alive. Rory, playing number 9.
Rory Hegarty.
Scored next, bringing the Colonials even closer. So that was odd for me, because I've always thought of Rory as a loose forward.
Energetic young lad, good tackler, good aggression.
Yes. In every game I've seen him play, that's what he did. But, I guess they needed that energy on the field, and maybe found that was a spot for him. So he was playing 9. He did look like he lost a little weight, though.
He's looking
slimmer.
When we spoke with Scout was about, I get the impression, 19 when she picked up rugby.
Yeah.
Rory's been playing rugby since a very young age. So, yeah, sure, he's if you're saying to someone in the Robert Morris who's got the experience who can play this position, he's probably seen hours of that position being played firsthand. So, may not make the most sense, but if you needed them to, sure, happy to do it.
Unfortunately, that was as close as the Robert Morris would get, and the Franciscan pulled it out. So, congratulations, Franciscan Barons. Congratulations, Pinball. I met some of your guys after the game. They seemed like a great group of dudes.
Yeah, and then obviously off the rugby now. Fantastic report. Thank you ever so much, Gator. Really wanted to be there. Couldn't make it, unfortunately. Personal issues arose, photography for a newborn baby. But was the red carpet rolled out when they knew Gator was coming? Were people asking for signatures? Were the selfie sticks out? Top of the League podcasters here. We've got to step our game up. They're reporting on us. Were you celebrated?
Mostly. A lot of people liked it.
Did most people know you as Gator, the rugby player, or Gator, the podcast host?
I'd say more people know me as the player, really. But, it's not like... A lot of people don't know what I look like, I don't think.
Okay.
The Forge is such a big team, and a lot of their guys just play D2. So I think the guys who play D3 or were former Highlanders or former...
Yeah, we're aware of who you are.
Yeah,
I was talking more about the college there, but you're just talking about it on the day in general.
Maybe like the Robert Morris guys. Franciscan didn't. They had never heard of it, and I was like, I've been talking about you guys all year.
Yeah.
We know Pinball.
And then you told them to
listen.
Spotify and iTunes.
Some of them I saw, they did it in front of me. So I was like, I'm going to talk about this game.
Yeah.
And... hopefully get you some name shout-outs. I wasn't able to get them in time. But, the college kids were pretty cool. Isaiah said he's going to post our stuff. So, in fair, he's like one of the leaders on Cal.
Yeah, well, like you gave there, he gave a roaring, inspirational halftime speech.
No, yeah. I was kind of hung over in my sweatpants, and I just wanted to go out and smash things,
Yeah.
So I was with Corey, and this is actually later in the day, but we'll talk about how I reacted. And earlier this year, it was like it was during our bye week. I went to the Forges D2 game, and I commented on this player.
You did some reporting. You did some factual reporting.
Yeah, but
not like you're making up stories.
Yeah, this player came in off the bench and like immediately just punched a dude from Chicago, right?
Yep.
And I referred to him as a big fat fuck.
Fantastic use of words.
Yeah, I'm a linguist, right? So when I was walking with Corey.
Corey Hushen, current Forge D2/D3 player. Yeah.
So I stopped. I was talking to some Robert Morris fans, and I heard my name and I looked, and the guy wasn't happy, right? And Corey was trying to calm the guy down, and he's like, and Corey says, "Would you want to talk to him?" And he's like, "No, if I talk to him, I'll deck him." Right?
Nice.
And you know me. I
love that. You heard that and you loved it.
And I was but then like another thought, I was like, I'm surrounded by Forge dudes. Like, what's gonna happen to my dog? Like,
they might skin your dog.
Yeah, maybe eat them, right? So like,
serve them up as a hot dog chili,
right?
Yeah,
and part of me wanted to
confront
him,
the
alpha male, turn all this shit. So I go with Corey, and I'm like, what was that about? And he's like, that's the guy. You call that, and
you insulted,
and I was like, all right, and up close, you're not a fat dude. I'm sorry, I still don't know your name, but like, you're not fat, you're definitely big. And Corey explained to me like, you're newer to the area, and that you're a really good dude. And I want to say I'm sorry because I just assumed from my other experience with Forge players and former Highlanders that you were just a part of that group and a part of that culture. And I made an assumption based off watching you for maybe a minute or two.
Right.
And I genuinely am sorry. If you want, I'll buy you a beer, give you a handshake. And if you want to come beat me up, that's fine too. Like I could.
Do you know what we could do? Do you know what's becoming real popular these days? YouTube, gamers becoming boxers. And then people are paying to watch these two people fight.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just saying, if he wants to have a beer and settle it, perfect. If not, we could broadcast you and him having a live face-off.
So this would be it. If we fight and I win, he has to join South Pit.
Oh.
And if he wins, he has to join South Pit.
Hey, there you go, Gator.
No, dude, again, I'm genuinely sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make light of it. Corey told me how great of a
And
dude
listen,
you were,
and it could be one of these situations. Gator, you told a story that really stuck with me, how you wanted to fight a guy and you joined a rugby club.
Yeah.
You now love rugby. You now love that guy. You were in his wedding.
Yeah.
Could this be that same situation?
Yeah,
You guys might look back at this and say, oh, we became best friends because I called him a fat fuck on Top of the League podcast, which is available on iTunes and Spotify and is sponsored by Miller
I'm trying to make this genuine apology.
I'm just trying to promote numbers, Gator.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, man. So
anyway, you stuck around for the D2 game.
Yeah, well, listen, man, you don't have to accept the apology, but
you're throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Good for you, Gator.
So, sorry again, dude. So, let's get to the Forge game here.
Yeah, so big game. This was basically it. This was the D2,
Eastern Midwest champion.
Yeah, and we had a great clash. We had Cleveland Crusaders traveling all the way down to Pittsburgh, where they played Pittsburgh Forge D2 at Philip Murray Playground.
Yep.
This is what, basically, Forge D2 men, Forge as a club, have wanted, right?
Yeah, so
we want to be top
seed. This is the
seed.
reason why the Forge was created. For this.
Yeah.
And last year, the Crusaders got the better end of it. They won both games by a combined score of 3 points.
Right.
This year, Forge win combined score of 4 points.
Yeah.
Right, so we were in for a showdown.
Yeah.
Fucking showdown.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would have loved to have been there. And obviously, once again, I couldn't. Baby photos, once again. That hurts me to say that. Missed a great day of rugby. Once again, baby photos.
Yeah, I know.
Big crowd?
Yeah, probably for besides when we played at that festival, that Scottish festival, that was probably the most people I've seen at a men's rugby game.
Wow.
And I know we talk a lot of shit on the Forge.
I
do.
Okay.
So it's like I consider them my rival, right?
Sure.
Or that's who I want to beat. But I hope that they are happy with the support of local rugby players that were there for him. I know there was 6 or 7 of those South Pit dudes, and we were genuinely cheering for you.
Yeah, no, of course.
I wore a Forge shirt. I broke out in a rash, but I was wearing a Pittsburgh Forge shirt.
Nice.
The Greensburg dudes were there.
Yeah.
You know, it really came out to support local rugby.
Yeah.
And I hope they appreciate that. And I think
Well, I
they
think they
because of
do. I did
Facebook.
see like a Facebook post,
Yeah.
and they tagged like all the
local teams.
local
and
teams.
stuff.
The only thing that they didn't tag was Top of the League podcast.
Oh,
and that hit.
and
That
it
hit
hurts
hard
because they're at
Yeah.
top of the league. You
Yeah,
think like,
yeah.
you know, they never made it to the top of the league until Bill was on the podcast. So
Yeah.
maybe like it's a luck charm, top of the league.
Yeah, I would like to think so.
Yeah.
So
okay.
enough riffraff.
Enough of the riffraff.
Yeah,
Get to the meat.
give us some details,
All right.
Gator.
So, boys, the reason why my report seems so slow and sluggish is usually I go on to certain websites, Twitters, Instagrams, and all that. I take notes, I write it all down. We usually film on Mondays or Tuesdays. We're doing this on Sunday because of Cheek's availability. So all of this is in text form, so I'm trying to convert it into nice story flow. So if I sound more of an idiot than usual, that is why. So the game starts off around, 2 o'clock. It's nice weather. Everything's looking good. The crowd is hungry for some rugby. The Crusaders commit an early penalty backed up in their own zone. Wait, what? No. the Forge commit a penalty pinned back in their own zone, and a nice kick from about 40 meters gave Crusaders a 3-point lead. Crusaders, I've noticed, really love kicking for points. They could be anywhere on this side, like their side, like going into their attacking side, they're going to kick the points.
Did they have the bald guy? Was the kicker bald, shaved head?
No, he kind of had like a haircut like me, look a little,
Okay.
maybe, I don't know.
Move on, sorry.
All right, so anyway. Great team play by the Forge drove the ball down into the Crusaders' zone. A nice run by Biscuits, followed by a good run by Claude Clark, got the ball down to about the 5-meter line. Now, Forge got their whole line left.
Yeah.
Lurch and I think another 2 forwards, Pod right. They're like maybe 5-10 meters in. They see the guy. It's a wing versus Lurch. Wing versus
and
Lurch.
we've touched base on
Poor-
Lurch. Andrew Chapman.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Poor fucking matchup for the
Yeah.
Crusaders. They gave Lurch the punch. He finished with a sideline try, and you could tell it was like a weight was lifted off of them. Like you could how they
Yeah.
were standing. Like and the crowd gave a nice roar. It was tough with the wind and how the field set up, but the crowd went a little happy there.
Nice, yeah.
So Nuttall unfortunately missed the conversion.
Sideline,
it was a sideline
side
kick. He made a hell of an effort at it. 5 minutes later, CC, I think his name's Tyrese Massey.
I think you're right.
Breaks
Fly
through the
off.
line. Yeah. Breaks through the line with a nice offload, and it looked like a pretty play, but the refs called it a forward pass. Kind of ticked me off, but they called it a forward pass. So
Yeah, got to respect the ref's decision, don't you?
Yep. Yeah, I'd never seen this ref. I don't know if they have like different refs.
Yeah,
like
maybe
D2.
brought in. Yeah,
Or probably maybe a neutral ref
Yeah.
or something because it was playoffs. So the Forge were able to get the ball back, and with good pack play, led to someone scoring for the Forge. I'm sorry, but I couldn't see. You guys were all tightly prepped. Another tough conversion attempt, and again missed by Nuttall. That would bring the score to 10-3. Forge received the ball, played solid possession rugby. Like it was like how when you're running unopposed and you're running the system, like punch pods, everything. Like that's what they were running. But with a defense. Like, it was, like, so smooth, well-oiled. I heard they had, like, a mini warm-up practice earlier in the day. Yeah. And it was, like, I know our team, we always start slow, and I don't know. But it was just well-oiled machine from the start. Cleveland really didn't have an answer. So they were playing some possession rugby. Their offloads were on point. It wasn't even just like, I'm getting tackled, I'm going to pass it to you.
Yeah.
It's like, you're coming on hard. They're breaking the line. And it was finished off with a try by Chris Austin.
Yeah.
Right? That was the right name.
Second row again.
Yeah, second row. Silver Fox. And it's crazy, like, when you're looking at second rows, like, that's what they should look like. Like, I feel like our second rows, like, always one's bigger than the other.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it's key, too, that your second rows are the same size. Because when they're not, it throws off the whole
Throws
pattern.
it all off, yeah.
The fact that they're, like, the same size, I think is very
I think
beneficial.
someone gave me a great quote before, and they were basically saying, you want your second rows to be 6'3", about 210 pounds, and an absolute idiot. That's what someone said to me before. You just want them just to be really aggressive. That's what I mean. Just like no brain cells. You want me to hit, I hit. You want me to run, I run. Just to have that kind of mentality.
I would say more like flankers.
But they also said the 6'3", that kind of tall boy, but lean, muscular. They had a set definition of what they wanted as a second row. And the more I thought about it, it kind of made sense. They wanted